Today we are demonstrating the Diamond-Furr window flashing system for residential nail-on windows. This video will show the benefit of Diamond-Furr's patented trim part that will provide sheet metal pan flashing, lath attachment, and furring in one part with one installation. The mock-up shows a typical nail-on vinyl window that is installed and ready for the lather. Since all nail-on residential windows are made in jigs from the factory, we can prefabricate the window flashing pans from the window schedule on the plans. The pans are made a ½ inch larger than the window. This allows for expansion and contraction of the window. As you can see here, the sheet metal pans are spot welded at the factory and delivered to the job site, ready to install with no additional cutting necessary. The lather installs the moisture barrier in typical shiplap fashion using a shingling technique to make sure the drainage plane will stay intact. Install a continuous caulking bead around the nailing flange prior to installation of the window pan. The lather installs the window pan directly over the window using spacers to allow for the proper spacing to allow for expansion and contraction of the window. The pan is fastened to the framing around the window. As it is fastened tightly to the substrate, the caulking spreads out behind the sheet metal pan. All of the metal flashing is lapped correctly from the factory. Once the lather is finished installing the fasteners in our part number DFR 375, which we make the pan flashing out of, this is the way your fasteners would typically look. The parts are 3½ inches wide, so they flash the window opening as well as provide the furring and lath attachment all in one part. We cut around the furring component because we don't need any building paper around this flashing component. And the furring component creates a nice template for you to make nice clean cuts with your building paper. Typically, the building paper is held down by the staples, but we do make special clips that you can put on, as you see here, to hold the building paper down until you get the lath on. The lath is installed with 16 gauge galvanized C-rings. These tools come in pneumatic and manual with auto feeding magazines, make installation fast. The Diamond-Furr part has holes punched every 3¼ inches, and you should have a ring a minimum of every 6½. The lath is furred at 3/8 around the entire window, giving it exceptional furring for the scratch coat. All of the fasteners are covered by the moisture barrier. There's no penetrations prior to putting the scratch coat on. With the moisture barrier not having any penetrations, there's no need for additional layers of peel and stick to seal up the fastener penetrations, as is typical in most window installations now. This saves time, money, and performs better in the critical areas around the windows and doors. The window is flashed under the nailing flange, has caulking underneath the sheet metal flashing pan, and a water barrier over the pan with 0 penetrations. It's triple sealed. Thank you for watching. Please visit www.brandxmetals.com for more information.